redesigning Sloth. Or, well, not exactly redesign, more so making the sins look more like the circus acts they represent, since Viv herself said she based each sin on a circus act, and after MasterMind, where we got to see all 7 sins and their designs, and, well, none of them really look or have the underlying base of their acts in their designs, other than Lucifer and Mammon at first glance. Like, even Lucifer's more dressed up version of his outfit still looks like a ringleader's outfit, and Mammon having a jester hat is a pretty telltale sign for anyone. And even with Bee and Ozzie dressing up for the trial, only Bee is really giving Circus with her jacket, but even then, when they're not in these outfits, we still don't really know what their acts are. I mean, 10 seconds of Easter eggs in the backgrounds can only convey so much. And yes, I do know that they're also the deadly sins, so that should showcase in their design as well, as Viv has also made a point that she tries to stick to some aspects of the lore. But when you make the theme an underlying base, Circus, then yeah, everyone should get the same treatment in their designs. Like, Lucifer and Mammon cannot be the only 2 that get this treatment. Also, I'm not saying the sins need to be in full costume or be as obvious as possible, because their personalities and backgrounds should also be included. But okay, it's like if I based all my characters around the solar system, like, yes, they'd all look different, but they'd all have a reference to what they're supposed to be. So you, the audience, knows who represents what. And unfortunately, Ozzie, Bee, Leviathan, Sloth, and Satan don't really give that. Especially in their trial outfits. Like, it truly bugs me that only 3 out of the 6 got trial outfits that enhance their themes, but the others don't for some reason, which, like, yes, I get that this is their first appearance, but I really don't think we needed their stock outfits for this, especially if it's this lackluster. Plus, it really makes Leviathan and Sloth less noticeable. Like, they don't even talk the entire time, which adds to being overlooked, so they really should have been given trial outfits to help with that, you know, to keep some of the focus on them. I know Ozzie and Bee and Mammon are the only 3 that really talk besides Satan, but it's like, it's not fair to those 2 characters. Plus, I mean, we're probably, and I say probably with like 50% guess power, because Spindlehorse has been known to bring some characters into the front because they're loved so much by fans. Like, apparently the twins are coming back, Belphegor as well, which, why? They don't really add anything. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do with them, but it's still like, why bring them back? Especially Belphegor, which is a whole other can of worms that I don't want to get into. But yeah, I say probably Leviathan and Sloth won't be back, but if they are, it'll be like years before they're seen again. So yeah, I really think with that in mind, they should have gotten trial outfits. Like, if it's going to be years before we see them again, which I 100% feel is going to happen, then waiting to see their stock outfit is perfectly fine. Like the audience would have understood, because Ozzie, Bee, and Mammon are dressed up, so like, if the other 3 are also dressed up, then it's obvious they're gonna have a stock outfit later down the line, which I'm perfectly fine with waiting. Most fans are, so So anyway, yeah, that's what this series is gonna be. I'm gonna draw all 6, because I already drew Lucifer to look more like a circus act, which isn't really an act, but still. And then like 45% redesigned elements as well, because, well, it's me. Y'all know I gotta add shit or I'll go crazy. Anyway, let's get started with Sloth. I am not saying her name. You can't make me. So while it's not 100% confirmed, but based on all the eyes and the one eye on her forehead, which is a symbol for intuition, insight, and mysticism, Baph seems to be the fortune teller act, which is kind of funny when you remember the Sloth Ring's gimmick is medicine, which makes me think she's actually a pseudoscientist like Gwyneth Paltrow, and all the drugs Baph makes don't really work, but give like a placebo-like effect, or she makes potions in the form of pills, but they're weak and not that helpful. But yeah, based on what I can tell from the design, which honestly isn't much, I think fortune teller fits, and until we learn otherwise, I'm just gonna have to go with it. So for the design, which, side note, the designs are gonna be a bit crazier since it's their trial outfit, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, for the design, I did keep her overall goat/sheep-like appearance. I just took a few extra eyes off to declutter the face and neck. I also made her more curly ears, since I'm really tired of the same hair texture the characters have. Plus, goats and sheep are often curly haired. I mean, goats can have straight hair, but with the hair on her head being curly, I figured a more plush look would work best, you know? I also made her thicker because if you've ever seen a goat or sheep, then you know that they carry a lot of junk in the trunk due to the amount of hair that they grow. Since the design has her have 4 arms, I figured I'd play with that a bit more by giving her 6 arms, mostly to mimic this image, and because a lot of arms symbolize a deity's immense power, their ability to perform multiple tasks simultaneously, and their divine reach and influence, which all works for Belphegor's lore since the sin is about working smarter, not harder. Plus, with all that Baph has to do, I figured 6 arms would be useful. I also moved them up because I seriously can't stand when Viv puts arms on the character's torso without adding extra anatomy to make it work. Also, I made her 4 arms more skeletal as a hint to the medical side of her referencing, but also to make her more threatening looking. I mean, she and Bee are way too cute to feel like actual princes of hell, because again, they're demons. I don't understand why they're so cutesy wootsy. Especially Baph, though it might just be the coloring. Plus, if she's a fortune teller, then her literally having the hands of death, which the hand of death can be a figurative expression often used to symbolize death and impending doom, which, I mean, we're in hell. She's bound to pick or somehow get you to pick the worst cards. Like, I don't imagine many of Baph's predictions are good, or at the very least, they're extremely vague. But yeah, I feel the whole skeletal hands works with the whole hand of death situation, which contributes to the fortune teller aspect of the design. I also added ribs and made her legs more bony-like. I just really wanted her to feel darkly mystical and medical, cause as sad as it is, hospitals and medical stuff in general has a pretty deep connection to death, which works again for Belphegor's lore, as the sin of Sloth often refers to depression. Also, in case anyone was wondering, she does have horns in the OG design. They just come out when her eyes are open, which just seemed like a weird choice to animate something so small, but she does have them, so I did keep them. They're out all the time. I see no reason to like have her retract them and then, you know, doing the whole Charlie thing for no reason. So yeah. The last 2 things I did for the overall body was shorten her hair, again mainly to add some variety between the girls and give her a fur pattern, or well, more so a shave pattern, because when you shave a sheep or goat, the fur underneath is lighter, so that's why her face is a little bit lighter. And the snake tail. I noticed a few background characters had these snake tails, and at first I thought it was just a lust hybrid thing, but it seems to only be a sloth citizen thing. To a degree. There are a few background characters that are super goat-like but don't have the snake tail, so I don't really know where the snake tail is coming from, but since snakes are kind of part of the medical aspect and a little bit of a spiritual aspect, I feel that it works best for the Prince of Sloth. So yeah, I gave her a 2-headed cobra snake tail, which the symbol for that seems to work for Baph as well, since the 2 heads can symbolize 2 opposing viewpoints, choices, or paths in life. And with Baph's references to being both medical and in a sense spiritual, it kind of works. And now the outfit. So since this is her trial outfit, I really wanted to go much harder on her themes of eyes and her act as a fortune teller, but I also wanted to include subtle hints to her medical theming as well. So I used a plague doctor's coat as my base silhouette by making the mantle, probably said that wrong, which is a short cape tightened at the neck, but I made it off the shoulder but kept the triple layering style, aka first trim on the first layer, a curved pink layer with closed and open eyes embroidered on it, and tassel trimming as the third layer. I really wanted it to seem like an old lady's bed, or like she's constantly cold. I also added crystal eyes as the clasp. As for the apron part of the doctor's outfit, I made it more into, well, I guess like a tapestry, because I, for one, can't find the name for this type of draping style, but the bones are holding it up, and I just used the same eye design on the jacket part to keep everything in uniform. And the outer under part of the coat, which kind of was a last minute add, and I'm not sure if I like it, as the see-through part of the colors don't really match the rest of the design, but after I added the same coat fabric and fur trimming, it honestly made up for it. Though it might also be the eye pattern I put on as well, but I'm still happier with this than my first few attempts. And the extra bit to the whole doctor/fortune teller theming I added was potion vials. I made the belts out of bones? Question mark? To be honest, I ran out of time to really think the belt idea out, but I think it fits pretty well for what it could be. Anything else I did was just move the candles a bit. Well, I added more candles to her head and arms to give off a more crown and epaulette style, you know, something royal since she is still a prince overall, right? Overall though, I'm pretty happy with this design. I will admit the coloring was hard since the OG's colors are a nightmare. Again, there's too many colors along with there being 2 highlight colors, and neither are spread around even enough. Plus the massive amount of ombre. Like, I love ombre as much as the next person, but having it on 3 major parts of the body is just too much. Also, since the OG Sin color is pink, I'm crazy surprised how much purple is on this design. Like, her solid color palette shows her face and arm fur is purple. Her dark ombre glove hands are dark purple. Hell, a few of the eyes are purple. It's just way too much purple for a character whose main color is pink. And yes, the Sins do have highlight colors of their opposite color, but Baph and Leviathan and a little bit of Ozzie share too close a color palette. Mostly Leviathan though. Plus, all of them, minus Lucifer, have their skin color match their Sin's color. And this is more of a me thing, but her face and arm fur being purple while her hair color is pink makes me so confused. It's like Luna's fur pattern / color all over again. Like, at least with Bee, her hair matches her fur most of the time. But yeah, her hair not matching the rest of her fur drives me crazy. Like, just make the white ombre part purple just so it looks like it's naturally occurring for her hair to look like that. But yeah, the colors drove me crazy to the point I reworked all the colors to be part of the pink family and used pastel grayish purple as the highlight color for the outfit and horns and tail. That way you notice that they're there. Because I did originally want to make it black, you know, like kind of go for the whole pastel goth vibes, but I didn't want to deviate too much from the OG color palette. Like, I still wanted to keep within the realm of the character's color palette, even though this is kind of like a redesign in a way. Like, I didn't intend for this to be a redesign. It just sort of happened. I just really wanted to showcase all 3 themings of this character, which is medical, fortune teller, and, you know, a deadly sin, which is Sloth. So it's like, these are the aspects that I wanted to showcase in the design, but still keep within the realm of the show. So I guess this could be considered a reimagine / redesign, or like redesign plus 20% reimagining. I'm not entirely sure what I've done. But I think I nailed the theming, and I'm really excited to tackle Beelzebub's Animal Tamer themes, since that act is usually shared with the ringleader, or 9 times out of 10 the outfits end up being similar. But I love me a challenge, so everybody wish me luck while I work on this. Oh, also, turns out I had way more audio than I thought for the overhaul, so yeah, wish me luck on trying to get all that edited and get the damn thing done. Anyway, that's all I've got, but yeah, next video will be MasterMind Kesha Bee, aka her outfit with a sprinkle of redesign. Like, this is, now that I've really thought about it, it is redesigns, because I'm trying really hard not to, like, move too far out of the OG designs by keeping the original colors and overall shapes and concepts. So these are redesigns with, like, it's like redesigns and maybe like 20% reimagines, because I do add a couple things here and there, but still. But anyway, we also have some new members to scream at. Lav Souls Production, really hope I said that correctly. Hello Hiss, Jungle Bat 2139, hey, I know you, and Night Siren, welcome to the madness. Also, thank you Junglebat 2139, 4'10", and Angel Valentina 918 for the super thanks on my Leviathan redesign-ish video. Y'all should watch that, by the way. I hear it's really good. On to the wall of teeth you go. Also, thank you to the other members. You have my whole heart. I have some really fun stuff just for y'all this week, aka hotel redemption stuff, so look forward to that. Also, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials right here. And if possible, hit that join button or super to join the Board of Teeth. It really helps out the channel and me. I hope you all have a super fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!